Vanderbilt head coach Clark Lea joining me fresh off of a Hawaiian vacation, a little bit of downtime for the head man, but it's back to ball now, yeah?
It is, and really, we don't really leave ball at all anymore. I mean, it feels like it's 365 days a year. We're fortunate to get a week there as a family. It's important to get that week, but the fellas have been hard at work, and we're picking back up this week and hard charging at fall camp.
In the past, you've mentioned Vanderbilt was a little behind in the NIL era, kind of getting up to speed there. Now that we're in the rev share era, post-house case settlement, how has Vanderbilt been able to hit the ground running with that?
Yeah, I think in the last couple of years, and this is credit to Candace Lee, I mean, we've done a nice job setting a framework with NIL and finding wins in NIL. And we're not retaining our coaching staff, obviously, without resources. We're not retaining our team for the season without resources, and that's a credit to her. I think the post-house case era is going to be a little more straightforward for everybody. That's the hope, at least. I know it takes time to get to straightforward, but and so we're well equipped to handle that. We're going to have to keep adjusting and thinking big and really being bold in our approach. But we feel good, and our team's a reflection of that.
You mentioned being able to retain guys, being able to retain a guy like Eli Stowers, of course, Diego Pavia, your quarterback. As you sat down with them in December and in January, how did those conversations go with the war chest that you have?
Well, there was, I think the starting point for retention is, are you a part of something that you believe in? And one of the things that is true of everyone in our program is the belief that last year was a beginning for us, and there's so much more ground for us to take. And so there wasn't a lot of convincing that needed to be done. Obviously, we had to make sure that we understood the value of the player and hit those marks. But there's a belief and a collective belief in what we're doing. There's a connection to this build that all these guys have, and a lot of them are returning to, like for Diego, to finish the job he started. Some of them who are in the middle of a journey are just excited about taking the next step. All of it's about what we believe to be possible for our program.
On your way in here, you walk past a Travis Hunter jersey, obviously the two-way star for Colorado. You got a guy with you today, Martel Height, who may be a two-way star for you guys this season. How has he progressed as a receiver? Obviously, an electric returner and a DB, but coming along as a receiver to try to be your two-way threat.
Yeah, first of all, I mean, he's an established playmaker, as you mentioned, in the league. What he did with the ball in his hand last year as a returner helped us win. I mean, it made a difference for us. He's got the speed and the skills. Playing receiver, though, is more about than just running routes and getting open, and so there are finer points, finer technical points. We've taken the summer to really let him dedicate himself to that side of the ball, to learn the concepts, to build the rhythm and chemistry with our quarterbacks. And it's been fun to see him grow and develop. As a defensive guy, it's not always fun to see him when he's open on the post. But, and the way he's receiving the ball now, he seems to be becoming comfortable. Well, it takes time. And I think the other thing that it challenges us with is how we deploy him. What is the amount of time that we use for him on offense, on defense. Those are important questions for us to answer. Again, we don't want to run him into the ground, but we need him to impact winning, and he can do it in all three phases, and so we're going to position him to do that.
Have you taken any advice on how to manage him from Colorado, from the Jaguars, with what they do with Travis Hunter at all?
We've Coach Kill has had conversations with Coach Prime at Colorado to talk about what their approach was, and we've spent time on it as a staff too, just talking through, hey, what does this look like for us? Again, what's most important to me is we have a guy that has the ability to tip the field. Where is he going to make the biggest impact for us? And if you have 100 snaps, if it's split 50-50, that's great. If it slides 70-30, either way, it's because he's going to have a broader impact on our chances of winning on one side of the ball or the other. I think that can shift week to week. It's just going to be a continuous conversation and a continuous evolution for us through the fall.
I read that you guys had a pretty big recruiting win pretty recently here, and you used a metaphor with sushi to get that across the line. Are you learning how to become a master sushi chef here in your off season?
Certainly, I'm not. No, there's a in the spirit of mastery. It's It's focusing on the fundamentals. It's the quality of product. It's never tiring from the simplest of details. That's what makes a good player. That's what makes a good coach. As it turns out, that's what makes a good sushi chef too.
Your defense, obviously we talk a lot about your offense, but how can your defense come along this season to really complete the set here and make you guys a complete football team?
We love the people we return. I think the experience and now experience in the system. I think the glaring blemish for us a year ago, I thought we played well. I thought we contained the points well. The glaring blemish for us was our third down performance. And so that's been an area of focus. I know the players are tired of hearing us talk about it, and I take responsibility for that. I mean, I think part of winning on third down is picking and choosing your moments to be aggressive. I think in hindsight, there was a little too often where we were dropping back in zone and giving teams outlets to dump the ball down and convert. So we have to evolve tactically, and then also just in our focus and execution in those downs. If we can be better there, I think we got a chance to have a really solid outfit on defense, and obviously that's going to support an offense that has a great identity and a special teams group that's going to be the bind between us all. That's what makes a good team at Vanderbilt, so we're excited about it.
Clark Lea, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck this season.
Great to be with you.